Hi everybody, it's Cheryl with Silver Sage Studio, and today I'm going to show you how I took some thrift store champagne glasses and used some glass etching cream to etch some champagne glasses. I recently held an outdoor socially distant champagne tasting in celebration of a big birthday that I just recently had. Everybody got one of these glasses as a party favor. So let's start first with the supplies. You're going to need champagne glasses, and I got mine at thrift stores, and I really felt like I got some really nice glasses at thrift stores. I'd say that they averaged about $1 per glass. These are my rejects, by the way. That's got a little bit of a goof there, and this one's got a little bit of a goof there, but I gave all the other glasses away, so this is what you get to look at. But yeah, I really highly recommend going to thrift stores and getting your glasses. It'll save you a lot of money, and it's kind of nice to have different kinds of glasses out there. Once you've got your glasses, you're going to need your stencil. So this is my stencil. This is actually 9 of them, but this right here is a stencil that I would use on glass. Now I'm going to do another tutorial coming up here soon on how I used my scan and cut to make these. You can also use a regular die cut machine. You can also use obviously a Cricut or a Silhouette. But you can also buy them from people on Etsy who will customize your vinyl stencils to exactly what you want. So I will link below to those people, a couple of them that I found online, because I know that not everybody has a die cut machine. You're going to need some cream to do your etching. I used Armor Etch. There's other brands out there. I just kind of researched what tended to be the most recommended. This is what came up. I got this, I believe, from Amazon, so I'll link below to that as well. It is a little bit pricey, but one of the things to remember is that you'll put this on the glass, and then you can scrape off a lot of it when you're done and put it back in here and reuse it. So keep that in mind. You don't need a giant bottle of this, even if you're doing a big project. You're going to need some rubbing alcohol to clean your glass. I prefer using a palette knife to spread my etching cream onto my glasses. And then you don't have to have this, but I use these lint-free wipes that I got when I cleaned the glasses with the alcohol. I like these because I know they're lint-free and they're not going to leave little fibers on my glass, but you could, honestly, I really think a paper towel would be just fine for this project. If you are looking for another thing that's lint-free and you don't have these because you're not like me and do your nails at home the way I do, then something else that is lint-free are coffee filters. So you could always use some coffee filters if you want. But again, I really think that paper towels would be just fine. So these are really the basic supplies that you're going to need. You're going to also need some things like paper towels, but you'll see that as I do it. Let's get started. For these beginning steps, I like to place my glasses on a towel, which keeps them from rolling all over the place. I'm starting with glasses that I've already washed, and now I'm cleaning them using rubbing alcohol. This removes any oils that might have transferred from your hands to the glass, which helps the stencil stick to the glass and also helps the etching cream to work well. Once I have cleaned the glasses, I'm going to apply my stencil. Now, as you can see there, I did cut away some of the excess stencil along the sides just to help it lay flatter on the glass. But a word of caution, the excess may be troublesome to work with, but it's also a good idea to have an excess border or margin, if you will, on the stencil to protect the glass, from stray etching material. And I have to be honest, look, I'm a very messy crafter, so the fact that I got some etching cream in random locations on those glasses I showed at the beginning was really not a surprise. If you're anything like me, help yourself out by leaving a good sized border on your glass. It's a hassle to deal with all the folds and wrinkles, but it's better than having glasses with errors on them. So clearly a glass is rounded, but a stencil is flat. So you will have some wrinkles in your stencils. It's okay to have some wrinkles as long as they are flat where the actual design and the wrinkle are connecting. So as you can see there, I am burnishing with a bone folder, and I'm really making sure that all of the edges of the stars are lying flush against the glass. So I can have that wrinkle in other parts of the stencil, but I really want to make sure that it's flat against the actual design so that you don't get etching material creeping up underneath the stencil. I highly recommend that you take some time with this process. Don't rush it. Make sure that you've got that stencil down. It's really not worth the frustration of having a messed up glass, because remember, once the etching material does its job on the glass, you can't undo it. I wore gloves to do this next step, which is important because I believe, but don't quote me on this, that the etching cream has acid in it. So protect that skin and wear some rubber gloves. I worked on 2 glasses at a time, which seemed to work well with the timing. So I found that when I used a thick layer of etching cream, I got better results in the etching, a smoother and cleaner etch. So goop it on there. For the sake of time, I've sped this up a little bit. So the instructions say to leave the etching cream on for a minute. However, I found that it worked better if I let it sit for closer to 2 or maybe even 3 minutes. This was my process. I would spread the cream on one glass, spread it on to the next, go back to the first glass and remove the excess cream, then do the same on the second glass, and then rinse off the etching cream. And you'll see as I remove the etching cream here, I put it back into my jar. Be careful with this step. I found that it was really easy to pull up the stencil and mess up the design. So I'm willing to lose some etching cream and leave some on the glass that just gets rinsed off so that I can protect my glasses there. So I'm rinsing off the glasses here. I'll do this in 2 steps. I rinse off with the stencil on, and then I remove the stencil and rinse again. And then once I believe all the etching cream is off, I'll go ahead and wash my glasses and I'm done. So honestly, I found this to be a surprisingly easy process. I highly recommend you check it out if you want a project. I think making glasses like this could be a nice Christmas gift for people that you know in place of high caloric cookies or candy. You could do all sorts of things. I'm thinking about doing wine glasses with our state design on it. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and come back again.